Well, a big focus at 10 p.m. this evening. No deaths because of a lack of oxygen was specifically reported by states and union territories during the second COVID wave, is what the government informed the Rajya Sabha on Tuesday. It's a fairly shocking statement considering what people went through during the second phase. There was an unprecedented surge in the demand for medical oxygen during the second wave, and it peaked at 9,000 metric tons compared to 3,095 emptied. The government did say this in the first wave, following which the centre had to step in to facilitate equitable distribution among states. And responding to a question on whether a large number of COVID-19 patients died on roads and hospitals because of acute shortage of oxygen in the second wave, the Minister of State for Health, remember, it's a new MOS Health, Bharti Parveen Pawar, noted that health is a state subject and states and union territories regularly report the number of cases and deaths to the centre. But this is actually the statement, and it's a bit of a shocker. You're going to hear it soon. This is a copy of the statement in the Rajya Sabha, and this is the bit which is objectionable. Health is a state subject. Detailed guidelines for reporting of deaths has been issued by the Union Health Ministry, etc., etc. All states and union territories report cases and deaths to the Union Health Ministry on a regular basis. However, no deaths due to a lack of oxygen has been specifically reported by states and union territories. Why would a government even try and say something like this when so many lost their lives because they couldn't breathe? Let's listen in.
और प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बार बार कहा मृत्यु रजिस्टर करिए, छुपाने का कोई कारण ही नहीं है। स्टेट करता है, उसको ही रजिस्ट्रेशन करना होता है, उसको डालना होता है। यहाँ तो किसी ने मना नहीं किया है। भारत सरकार आंकड़ा छुपा रही है। भारत सरकार जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट आंकड़ा भेजती है उसको कंपाइल करके पब्लिश करती है। भारत सरकार का काम होता है उसको पब्लिश करने का, उसके अलावा हमारा कोई काम नहीं होता है।
All right, well, we're joined now by Dr. S.C.L. Gupta, the medical director of Batra Hospital, one of the hospitals which was in distress, in a crisis when their patients couldn't breathe. Sangeeta Das faced oxygen shortage herself. Dr. Upendra Kaul, chairperson of the Batra Heart Centre, is the cardiologist. Deshrata Nigam, the political analyst, and Raghav Chadha of the Aam Aadmi Party. So Raghav, let me come to you first. The point being mentioned by the new health minister was that state governments never told the centre that people had died because of oxygen starvation. Did the Delhi government not tell them?
So, Vishnu, the statement made by the Honorable Health Minister today shows that this is a heartless and a shameless government headed by ruthless leaders. This government is denying that there was any lack of oxygen. It is denying that there were deaths caused due to lack of oxygen. I think we haven't seen more unkind and cruel government ever in the history of independent India.
But Raghav, they've not exactly said that. It's a terrible statement, but they said that state governments have not reported it. They've not said it's not happened. I'm asking, did Delhi report it?
I will come to that. I will respond to that. The government of Delhi had constituted a committee in accordance with the directions given by the Honorable Delhi High Court to assess the deaths that have caused due to lack of oxygen and subsequently award compensation to such people. And you would be equally shocked to know that the central government stalled the constitution of such a committee. And just now the Deputy Chief Minister has issued a statement to this effect as well. So it is absolutely, shocking that the government can go on record and make such statements. Vishnu, that day is not far away when we will be told that there was no oxygen shortage, there was no bed shortage, black marketing of drugs didn't happen, there was no deaths due to COVID, and perhaps we will even be given to understand that there is nothing called as COVID. It's an international conspiracy to defame Mother India. You can expect this from the BJP, and I say this with a sense of responsibility that today's government, the government of India, the political executive in this government suffer from a chronic disease which is called mythomania, where they just lie. They lie through their teeth. A few weeks ago, I was debating with you on this channel where the government of India was tom-tomming about as to how there was no shortage of oxygen in Delhi, and the government of Delhi had exaggerated its oxygen demand, which had fallen flat after it reached the Honorable Supreme Court. So therefore, I think what the government of the day today is doing is not just lying, but also traumatizing those who have lost their loved ones because of lack of oxygen, and they're trying to conceal their own mismanagement. The reason behind this is to conceal their own mismanagement.
Okay, Raghav, lots of points you mentioned. I want to go across to Deshrata Nigam to get a quick reaction to that before we go across to all of these, to the rest of our panel. Deshrata Nigam, I find this statement strange. Why would the minister, right, this is the MOS, say, however, no deaths due to lack of oxygen has been specifically reported by states and union territories?
In fact, let us be very clear, what he stated is a statement of fact and the position in law. He says it's a state, health is a state subject and this data has to come from the state governments. Now, Raghav Chadha very carefully avoided the question. Now, the issue arises that you have ICMR guidelines which are available in the hospitals, and there is a form that has to be filled by if the deaths take place in the medical institution or it takes place in the residences when they are treated by a physician. Those forms have to be submitted, and you have a e-mortality software also available also, which automatically records if you fill those forms. You don't require a committee for that. And the statements have to be laid down and to be passed on. It is already, Raghav, don't say no, that ICMR guidelines, I think the doctors available, the medical directors from Batra Hospital all will say, it is an 11-page document and I have read it very carefully today itself. And you don't require a committee to do that.
Can I respond to that?
Half a second, Raghav.
And therefore, you don't require, and therefore Minister was very clear. If you give us the data, they did not say the deaths due to lack of oxygen have not taken place. They said that data has not been given to them. And this data is very important to lay down the correct policies. This mortality data is absolutely necessary to know the impact of the disease and to find remedial measures.
So, Raghav, why don't you answer that direct question? Did the Delhi government submit data on people dying because of a lack of oxygen to the center? Yes or no?
Right. Yes. No. So I'll explain that to you. The Delhi High Court had directed us to constitute a committee to assess how many people died due to lack of oxygen and subsequently submit this data to the central government and give them compensation. The central government, through the Honorable Lieutenant Governor's office, stalled the very constitution of this committee. Now, this I can answer for my state government, that is the state of Delhi, the government that runs the administration in Delhi. My question to the the honorable previous speaker is, what happened to governments like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, where you had BJP-run governments? What about central government-run hospitals like AIIMS and Safdarjung? You had all the data available with you. For us, you stalled even the reporting of such cases by stalling the constitution of this committee. What about your own state governments? We saw people gasping for breath outside hospitals in Uttar Pradesh, in Bihar, in Karnataka, in Madhya Pradesh, in literally every state of the Hindi heartland. Now, what is the BJP trying to achieve by furnishing such lies on the floor of the House? To my mind, Vishnu, it is nothing but an attempt to conceal their own misgovernance and the fact that they could not manage the oxygen situation. They could not allocate equitably the LMO that was required to save lives.
And even if you were to review the conduct of
these
Mr. Nigam will want to respond, but just Mr. Nigam, I'll come to you in a moment. I want to go across to my other panelists.
Throughout the crisis, just 5 more seconds, throughout the crisis, the Solicitor General of the Government of India in the Supreme Court and the High Court submitted that there is no shortage of oxygen, there are no deaths that have happened because of oxygen, and the Government of India is giving equitable oxygen to every state government, that is LMO is being provided.
Okay, all right, one second, Raghav, I just have to let others speak also. Dr. Upendra Kaul, chairperson of the Batra Heart Center. Dr. Kaul, did patients in your hospital die as a result of oxygen starvation?
Well, Vishnu, it just happened that this was 1st of May and I was in the hospital. My wife was admitted with COVID in one of the wards. So I know what happened. For 1.5 hours, there was no oxygen. And obviously, patients who are in ICU, oxygen is the lifeline for them. If oxygen is not given for 1.5 hours to ventilated patients or patients in high dependency units, what will happen to them? They die. So there were 12 deaths which were reported by the paper, and Dr. S.C.L. Gupta is there, and Sudhanshu Bankata, our executive director since the morning, was crying hoarse and going from pillar to post, ringing up the government, ringing up the suppliers of oxygen, and we knew that oxygen is coming down, but we're helpless. We're feeling so helpless, and I was cursing myself that what kind of a doctor I am. So there was actually no oxygen for 1.5 hours in the ICU, in the high dependency unit. So what will happen?
Yeah.
They're all sick patients.
Yeah.
But you might say they would have died otherwise also, but that's not the answer.
Sangeeta Das, when you hear, when you see a statement being made, and Deshratan Nigam has explained the context, but despite that context, the statement itself is jarring. However, no deaths due to a lack of oxygen has been specifically reported by states or union territories. When you see this was in the Rajya Sabha, how do you react as somebody who's gone through so much?
Well, one is totally aghast when one hears that at that time there were no deaths due to oxygen, because we ourselves, our family, our relatives, anybody and everybody went through this oxygen crisis. I had relatives in my family dying due to lack of oxygen. Thankfully, I was able to save my mother, who is pretty old, because my brother was far-sighted enough to make me realize that I needed to organize oxygen for her the moment she got COVID. And it's not to say that she was lacking, her oxygen levels were pretty okay by that time. But we had to organize oxygen by donations from the Gurudwaras.
It was
from
desperate.
hospitals.
It was a desperate fight, and it took place just a few months back. We should never forget that. Dr. SCL Gupta,
Yes.
What is the procedure when a patient actually dies of COVID? Can you actually state that the cause of death was oxygen starvation, or you state a cause of death being something else? Because when there's oxygen starvation, it affects other organs which fail, and therefore that goes into the document.
I got it. We never mentioned the cause of death, whether this is an oxygen shortage or a drug shortage. But of course, like in the case of a COVID, death is always because of a cardiorespiratory failure. So we mention the cause of death always is a cardiorespiratory failure. But the patient is suffering from COVID, number one. If patient is suffering from COVID and the death is because of a cardiorespiratory failure, this thing will go towards the COVID. Even if there is a short of oxygen, a patient is dying because of a lack of oxygen, the cause of death will be only cardiorespiratory failure. So we do not mention as a rule here that is because of a remdesivir is not available, is because of oxygen is not available, or because of bed is not available. Cause of death will always be a failure of respiratory system or the cardiac system. So this is the normal thing. But if you go to the case sheets, you will find out at that moment when the patient was admitted, as Dr. Kaul said, in ICU, we maintain 100%, 90% oxygenation artificially with the ventilation.
Right.
And suppose at the time the patient is having more than 90% saturation, and suddenly because of lack of oxygen drops to 20%, 40%, 50%, obviously the cause of death will be lack of oxygen. But that is mentioned in the case sheet only. The patient is suffering from COVID at 10:20 a.m. Patient was having 90% oxygen.
Okay, I see the point that you're mentioning, that cause of lack of oxygen.
These are the normal things.
Results in something else. Deshratan Nigam, would you agree, sir? I take your point that, on the technicality that you raised earlier, but would you say that this is an incredibly insensitive statement to be made in Parliament?
Vishnu, in fact, Government of India has never said that deaths have not taken place.
No, but no deaths, however, no deaths due to lack of oxygen has been specifically reported by states and union territories. When we've gone through so much, sir.
No, nobody is denying that. We all have gone through. I have lost some very close friends of mine who were my schoolmates. Nobody is denying that. Despite getting the best of the care and facilities, they have gone. My answer would be a question to the chairman of Batra Hospital. Did he report the deaths due to lack of oxygen to the government of Delhi or not specifically?
Dr. Kaul?
Well, I think Dr. Gupta has clearly answered that question that, death, cause of death goes as cardiorespiratory arrest. In that column, one doesn't write oxygen deficiency or nutritional deficiency or acute abdomen. That is in the file. That's in the case sheet. I think we are making a mole of the hill.
Can I come
Basically, Mr. Deshratan Nigam, there is no point of defending. People died, there was no oxygen. This is a fact.
Yeah.
I was standing there. Now we want to put in words like this, X, Y, Z, this did not happen.
Let me answer
unacceptable,
that.
Totally unacceptable.
Let me answer that, Vishnu. Vishnu, can I come in for a second?
Yes,
Because
Raghav, I'll come to you after that. Go ahead, Mr.
see why I am saying so. Nobody is denying that deaths have not taken place, but we have to fix an accountability. And that can only be fixed if the data comes and specifically you have to report that, and that form also talks of cause of death and also talks of sequence leading to that. There are A, B, C parameters in the form. First is the cause of death, and then you have to give the sequence of events. From there, it can be made out whether it is due to lack of oxygen or not. ICMR guidelines are very clear on that. And that is where the hospitals have to highlight it. And that is why the question becomes very important. Did you specifically mention the hospitals or the state governments specifically mention in the sequence of events
So
the
perhaps
lack of
this
oxygen?
boils down to the paperwork being inaccurate. That if in a situation like this, you need to have something that explains the larger issue.
Just 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds. These guidelines have been made by WHO. And has been adopted with suitable modifications in India by ICMR, and there's another organization, and you have a e-mortality software also. They have to be implemented. All these questions have to be gone into why such a situation has arisen. I am not defending any government, I am not defending anybody, but there seems to be clear lack of analysis of the data clearly collected and pointed out in the right direction.
You had a point to make. Go ahead, Gaurav. Raghav.
Yeah. So Vishnu, it boils down to the very question that why did the government of India stall the formation of an audit committee that would have gone through all this documentation, the cause of death, and arrived at a conclusion that yes, this death happened due to lack of oxygen and this death happened due to something else. So therefore, when a committee was constituted with comprising of 6 doctors on the direction of the Delhi High Court, the central government went out of its way to stall the very constitution of that committee. And I am again saying, Vishnu, forget Delhi for a minute. Of course, Delhi was the center of, the center of attention, and I would say the epicenter of lack of oxygen. But forget Delhi for a minute. What about Uttar Pradesh? What about Madhya Pradesh? What about Karnataka and Bihar, where people were gasping for breath outside hospitals? These are BJP-run states. They could have easily, these are full states where you have no interference of a person called the Lieutenant Governor. They could have easily reported these things to the union government. And by making such statements on the floor of the House, you are not only traumatizing those who have lost their loved ones, you are also essentially saying that all SOS calls, Vishnu, that we received are fake calls. The frantic calls that NDTV and several journalists like yourself were receiving from hospital administration were absolutely false. The High Court and Supreme Court who were lambasting the central government were under an illusion, and the media was playing a hoax on the people by reporting that there is lack of oxygen. I think the government of India needs to, which is a big government with a thumping majority, needs to be more careful about how they articulate a point of view on the floor of the House and not sound insensitive.
Give me 10 seconds, Vishnu.
And reveal the fact that they're unkind, cruel, shameless, and perhaps even heartless.
Can I come in? Let us be very clear. I have still not got an answer from Raghav. He's got into what about other states? Other states' representative have to be there on a program to answer that, and you have to answer about yourself. Please tell me, did you implement e-mortality software in your hospitals?
Can I respond now? Vishnu, this is a very classic tactic of the BJP and the RSS to digress from the real issue. We are discussing COVID deaths, lack of oxygen. They will go on to e-mortality software, X software, Y software. There was a direction by the Honorable High Court. Let me finish. Mr. Nigam, let me just finish. Don't overlook. Let me just finish. Just tell me one thing. When there is a constitution, I'll tell you, you yourself have conceded to the point that there is heavy documentation and doctors have to go through that heavy documentation to arrive at a conclusion whether a particular death happened due to lack of oxygen or not. My question is, why did your government stall the very formation of such a committee?
Just one form, no heavy documentation. Just one form. Please read the guideline.
Sir, why
did the guidelines?
This is the High Court.
All right, gentlemen, I need to wrap this up. I'm out of time on this. But this statement on the floor of the House certainly raises a lot of question marks and comes as a big surprise. There is perhaps an explanation to it, but did something like this have to be said at all? Perhaps is the question to be asked. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Out of time on this program. We'll be back with a lot more. Stay tuned.